Hey guys, this is Coach JBK with another Avacyn Restored sealed 4-pack event in association with the MTGO. Hope you subscribe to the channel. Check us out. Okay, so here we are. Just looking over it. We've got 31 creatures. It's a pretty good solid pool to choose from. Looks like we're pretty light on black, which is a shame because we do obviously have a Death Wind and a Bone Splinters. I played this card, Demonic Rising, in one of my previous drafts, and it works out fairly well in the loner strategy. Okay, let's go ahead and sort by rarity. We have a Mist Hollow Griffin, which is not a valuable card. It works better in block, and I guess standard. I don't play standard very often though, than it does in limited because there are limited ways to exile creatures. Okay. Let's see what else we've got. We've got Devastation Tide, Demonic Rising, and Riders of Gavany, which is a great card. Let's go ahead and look at our colors. Okay, in green, we've got a Wolf, we've got a Force Mage, we've got a Familiar, we've got a Swine, Blessings, Trappers, and Geist. So I'm going to go ahead and say green looks really good on the creature base. Okay, let's look at red. Got a Mauler, a Ringleader, Vigilante Justice, Mad Prophet, and a Gang of Devils. Seems like I always have one of these. I always have one of these. Typically have one of these also in my sealed. Anyway, so red is decent. Our black, as I spoke of earlier, we do have the two basic removal spells. We've got two Bloodflow Connoisseurs, a Corpse Traders. I wish I had more black because that's a really good situation for a kind of loner strategy. Let's look at blue. We've got a Smuggler, a Wingcrafter, Peel, a Drake, a Latch Seeker, a Mass, Shieldmate, the Griffin, which is basically just a 3/3 for 4, Vanguard, and Devastation Tide. So blue looks pretty good as well. Alright, for white, we've got a couple of 1-drop weenies. We have some 2-drop guys, Call to Serve, an Explorer, Riders, Commander's Authority, and a Gate Guard. So white is a little bit lacking, even though I do love the Riders. Blue looks like it's going to give us some really nice evasion, and green is going to give us the bodies. So I think that in this event, I'm going to try to just run blue and green. Let's go ahead and throw green in because some of these cards just take over games, specifically the Familiar here. A big fan of Geist Trappers. And let's see, there's nothing else really from green that I want to run. It's basically just 5 creatures and the Blessings, which is fine. Could run it with black and have the hard removal with the Rising, but I'd prefer not to have to sacrifice our creatures in order to get a decent one. Yeah, red, I mean, it's okay, but we don't have enough humans to run the Justice, which is what I would want to do. Let's go ahead and throw in blue. We'd have the Wingcrafter. Smuggler, maybe, but I need to see what I can bounce here before I do that. The Drake, the Latch Seeker, Mass, Shieldmate, Griffin, Vanguard, and Devastation Tide. We don't have to run this card. Okay, as you see, that's pretty late game with 2 miracles. What we would be trying to do is, of course, lay down the Wingcrafter, make something flying, or link this Shieldmate with the Latch Seeker. This does have a good bit of evasion with the Griffin. So let's go ahead and, of course, we've got these cantrips and Fleeting Distraction, which is a card I don't mind running. We also can throw in the Smuggler. for this 12th creature that I feel like we need. But we are very slow. So let's go ahead and slip out of the blue. Try a couple of different combinations here. And throw in the white. And you can see the white's going to be a good bit. It's a good bit faster, but I feel like it's a good bit weaker because these guys are ground bound. You'd have to call the serve one and you could get bounced. So pull out the white and just roll with green and blue, which is a good color combination. Okay, since we are late, I would kind of like to run the Haunted Guardian. And I wouldn't mind running the Wildwood Geist either. The Smuggler would also be handy. I don't mind running more creatures. That's never really an issue. So basically we're looking for 2 more cards. The Peel is fine, but let's see here. 13. Go ahead and go seriously late game here. This is kind of clunky, but it is creature rich, and that's pleasant. See what kind of removal. Obviously we're going to be weak on that. We really don't have any, to be honest, other than Devastation Tide, and that probably hurts us a lot worse than it hurts our opponent. So this is basically about getting in and doing some damage, some business. We could of course splash, but the problem with splashing is that we've got doubles in blue. I think honestly we probably do need to splash. I don't mind splashing the Bone Splinters and the Deathwind, or at least the Deathwind. Devastation Tide is not something I really super want to run, to be honest. Well, you know, we are late, so maybe it does work well with our deck. I'm going to take a moment, consider this, and I'll be back to finish. Alright, so what we've got here, what I decided on, I splashed black with Deathwind. I took out the Smuggler just because of the lack of things I want to bounce. We could, of course, reset our soul bonds, which would be handy, but I feel like being able to have the Deathwind, the Devastation Tide, and the Guardian hopefully will show up early and keep us from getting just outright smashed by white, red, or anything fast. Hopefully this will work out okay. We'll see. We do have these 2 miracles, which may make this, it'll trim this up a little bit. So let's go ahead and submit this. I'm running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 islands, 5 forests, and 2 swamps. So that's where we are, and I will catch up to you in round 1. Please subscribe to the channel so we can keep bringing you this info. Give me some comments if you can help me trim this up. How would you have run this deck? Maybe 2 totally different colors. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a few.